Hello, this is ashbass. I've got a G3 unit here that has been upgraded to the new firmware version 2. Now, Zoom's included quite a few features in the new firmware, features that really expand the usefulness of the G3 unit. One in particular is the ability to have 6 effects going at the same time. Before this firmware release, we only had the 3 that are visible. Now you can have these 3 and another 3 kind of off to the sides or hidden. And what we need to do is scroll along our list of 6 effects to see the other effects. What Zoom chose to do was to have the patch select buttons perform double duty. By default, if nothing's been changed or modded, pressing the patch select buttons serve to scroll through your effects. For example, I'll press right and notice that I'm going to scroll to the right. And here are 3 other effects. I don't have anything programmed in them right yet. I'll go left and scroll left. If you want to do patch select, you have to first hold down the tab key, and with the tab key pressed, then press one of the buttons. And now we'll see the familiar little panel with the patch number and patch name in it as we scroll through. Now, a problem here is if any of you ever put or built the ashbass patch select mod. What the ashbass patch select mod does is it copies the function of these 2 buttons and puts them in an external foot switch. Well, right now, all of you with those foot switches don't have patch select anymore. Instead, you have scroll. And that's cool in of itself. But what we want to do in this demo is actually get back to patch select. I have a new Zoom patch select pedal. A couple things that are different. I found some cool new switches. These look more like a standard stomp switch. And this one has a little toggle switch installed right here. We'll start with the switch to the right. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Now let's see how it works. I'm going to press patch up, and I'm not going patch up. I'll press patch down, and I'm not going patch down. Instead, I'm doing scroll, which is basically what these buttons now do. I found out that if I could make the switch box automatically hold down the tab key, I could get the functionality back of patch select that I was missing. So what this little switch does is engages or disengages the tap button. If I move it to the left, the tap button is now automatically pushed. Without me touching it, it's just pushed electronically. Now when I press these buttons, I don't scroll. Notice I do patch select. Now when I use my foot switch, I do not scroll. I do patch select. Now, one of the downsides of this new mod is that these buttons no longer work for scroll. But you can always use your foot switches to scroll. Foot switch 1 and foot switch 2, press simultaneously, scrolls to the left. Foot switch 2 and foot switch 3, press simultaneously, scroll to the right. And yes, there is a mod that actually takes that functionality, puts it into a box, so that you only have to press one button to scroll left and scroll right. Also with this mod, you can't use this button to change your tempo anymore. And that's basically because I've made it automatically pushed. So I can't change that from here. If you need to change tempo and you want to keep the pedal engaged in patch select, you're going to have to do one of 2 things. One, let's go to global, and in our first panel, knob number 2 lets you change tempo. Another way is to go into rhythm, and in our middle panel, knob number 1 lets you change tempo. Or if you just want to do it with the regular button, just use your toe and flip the switch over. Now I can press this to my heart's content, setting the tap tempo. When I'm ready to scroll through my patches again, just flip the switch over to the left, and I'm back into patch select. So, I hope some of y'all can find this useful. If you're interested in doing this yourself, check out my webpage, ashbass.com. I have a Zoom G3 and G5 section. In the G3 section, you'll see the firmware 2.0 patch select button. And that gives you a detailed photo diary of the steps I took to modify the Zoom unit itself, and then to create the little switch box. I also have links in there on where you can get the parts to do these mods. So thank you guys for all the comments. A lot of people using these mods, I'm finding out, and a lot of people missing them now that they've upgraded to the new firmware. So hopefully this will solve your problems with patch select. Thanks for watching, and good luck.